and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you for the first edition of Odia Literary Festival. As most of you know, India now hosts a plethora of literature festivals, but most of these promote Indian writing in English or works of fiction and non-fiction written by foreigners. Our regional writers are lauded by the government in their home states, but rarely are they granted the national recognition they really deserve. We at the New Indian Express are trying to change that, providing by our regional writers with larger platform and wider constituency. Odia literature deserves both national and global recognition and exposure. The Odisha Literary Festival is the first step in that direction. Our sessions over the next 2 days will see Odisha's most eminent writers coming forward to share their work and views with the large audiences here. We have planned the session in such a way that puts together the best regional authors and poets with eminent Indian writers in English to discuss issues relating to contemporary literature and culture. These sessions will be on women and children literature, on poetry, on script writing, on mythology, on the efficacy of translation, and today's youth. Those who cannot attend all the sessions can read about them in our website, thenewindianexpress.com. We plan to make this an annual event and are delighted that you are with us at the beginning of our journey. Thank you once again for coming and participating in this event. Now it is a turn of welcoming my friend, Odisha Chief Minister, Mr. Naveen Patnaik. He needs no introduction. Among the best performing and record-breaking Chief Minister of the country, he has steered the state of Odisha on the path of progress and economic development by deft administration and statesmanship. A leader of the masses, his pro-poor policies and avowed stand against misgovernance has endeared himself to the people. They have returned him to power thrice consecutively, which is a record he has broken among the non-Congress chief ministers. Apart from being a politician of unflinching honesty and integrity, Naveen is a man of letters and culture. He has authored 3 critically acclaimed books: A Second Paradise, Indian Country Life, 1959-1947. I didn't know this because this is the first time I knew that he was a good author as well. The second book was A Desert Kingdom, The People of Bikaner. And the third one was The Garden of Life, An Introduction to the Healing Plants of India, while being the founder member of Indian National Trust for Art and Culture. His entire family has a way with words. His sister is a renowned international author. His brother-in-law runs one of the biggest publishing houses in the world. Let us give a big hand to Mr. Naveen Patnaik, who is here both as a politician and author. Now I invite my colleague also, Mr. Shankar here. He was with me in India Today as a managing editor, and he did not accept the editorship of the magazine and decided to venture into risky area of being an author. Welcome, Mr. Shankar here. So I welcome him because he will be moderating the session. I will request now Mr. Naveen Patnaik to talk to us first as an author, then as a politician, and then as a poet. Mr. Naveen Patnaik, please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am grateful to the hosts of this event, especially Sri Prabhu Chawla, the Executive Director of the group, for extending an invitation to me to this literary festival. I feel honored to be amidst a galaxy of poets, writers, playwrights, and practitioners of other forms of literature in Odia as well as in other languages, all of whom are assembled here today. Most of our literary festivals promote writing in English, but Indian literature is certainly not confined to Indian writers in English, which is read and appreciated only by English-reading people. Literature produced in our regional languages represents a wide spectrum of our social life and presents an authentic and faithful account of life lived by our people in remote parts of the country. Unfortunately, this literature hardly gets the publicity it deserves, and not many institutions and organizations have come forward to promote their writers. I am glad to note that this literary festival attaches great significance to the transformation of Odia works. Only through translation, a literary text can reach readers beyond the boundaries of language in which it was originally written. I am sure major classics in Odia will soon be available in English and other Indian languages. Our state government is committed to the development of art, culture, and literature. Besides focusing on traditional forms of literature, this festival will also cover new, emerging, and unconventional fields such as yoga literature, ideological literature, and film scripts. This festival is thus going to be a path-breaking event in many ways. Dhanyavad, Namaskar, Bande Utkal Janani.